playwrights. Unpublished. The Kronheimer Trilogy. 3 interrelated plays, 822 pages, 11 acts, 55 scenes, prose, free verse, rhyming couplets, music. A Catholic choir director, composer, struggles with faith, love, family, and cancer of the tongue over a 50-year span. Many of the 126 characters can be doubled up. Hand-carried to every theater in the Guide to New York Playwriting Handbook. Hand-carried back to Steven Kearney's apartment. Turndown Man. A novel. 15 poem chants. 1,211 pages. A man is kidnapped in Botswana, Africa, and remains a prisoner for 10 years. He becomes spiritually entwined with the ancient soul of a shipwrecked Carthaginian sailor. After he is freed, he goes to live with his brother, then becomes a movie star and loses his ability to conduct souls. An allegory. Completed January 1984 while recuperating from concussion, received falling 3 stories with wheelbarrow on a construction site in Queens. Unpublished. New revisions and additional poem chants brings current version to 1,722 pages. Unpublished. The Borelli Retrospective Works, 1958 to 1998. A novel, 1,930 pages. A failed Rhode Island artist looks back over his long career as oil painter, short order cook at Manny's Big Eats in Cranston. Submitted NEA grant, Jackson LaRue Literary Award, Penn National Fiction Award. Unaccepted. After 22 letters, scripts, except NEA, returned. Reworked to fully shape and clarify the characters in chapters 40 through 47, where the early paintings are mysteriously eaten by a young admirer. Submitted, Rhode Island State Council on the Arts. Not eligible due to not being currently a Rhode Islander. Submitted to Henry Holt and Company. Not returned or accepted, although 4 previous novels were returned. The Infrangibleness of Henry Hughes. A semi-autobiographical novel with 2 interrelated novellas, 14 short stories, and 61 poems. 3,852 pages. Henry Hughes has an unhappy childhood, and when his parents divorce, spends much of his time with his imaginary friend, the author Judith Tobit, who teaches him how to become a great and meaningful writer. He becomes so proficient in language, he is asked to translate Ibsen's Wild Duck for the Trinity Square Repertory Theater in Providence. Drafted, he wins a Purple Heart, returning to his home a hero. But his imaginary friend, the author Judith Tobit, committed suicide when she heard of his being wounded, and so he must recapture his mastery of the language arts without her spiritual guidance. A Work in Progress, 1982, 1998. In 1991, 3 long one-act plays added to text regarding Henry's meeting with Molière in a Providence coin shop. Currently, 4,172 pages. Chapter 1. The taxi grazed him, turned him, and left him face down in a pool of dirty water. The driver stepped out, realized that no one had witnessed the accident, and drove off. It was after 10 in the evening, but seemed later. Steven Kearney rolled slowly onto his back and pushed himself into a sitting position. A fine mist came. April had been a cold month. Earlier that day it had snowed. Steven couldn't remember the last time he'd seen an April snow. He also could not remember what day it was. A young couple walked wide of him. He tried to say something to them, but his words were slurred, and a smile spread across his fat, red face. For 10 minutes he sat in the puddle. He remembered his 2 black garbage bags and spotted them on the edge of the sidewalk. He could feel a throb.